Hi, hello, welcome to Invest. This is Dikshita. We are on this platform, of course, yes, to reach you out, guys, and also to educate investors and also non-investors too. The major grounds of making these videos is to give more knowledge about mutual fund and also about personal finances too. And basically, this series of videos will be based on basics of mutual fund, which everyone must have to know. And in the further videos, we also elaborate more topics about mutual fund and also about personal finances. Stay tuned for that. When I buy mutual fund, where does my money actually go?
Okay, so are you asking the question that my money being invested, where exactly it is going?
Yes.
Okay, we'll break this into two parts. One, your money transaction from your bank account to the mutual fund folio, and after it goes to the folio, where that money getting invested also we'll talk about it. Okay, so first part is simple. So the money once we initiate, as we mentioned before, we have a national stock exchange as our partner for transaction basis. Whatever transactions we do will be authorized by you. The mode of payment can be check or NEFT or UPI or can be auto debit. Once this money is collected from your account, so that money will be transferred through NPCI. There's a concept called National Payment Corporation of India. Like UPI is being done by them only. So the money will be transferred to the National Stock Exchange account. There's a concept called Clearing Corporation account. So the money will go into the pool account, and along with that pool account, it goes to respective mutual fund companies. In earlier scenario, what used to happen, that if you want to invest in 5 mutual fund companies, I used to collect 5 application forms, 5 checks from you, and also I used to collect 5 ECS forms to debit your SIP in case of SIP. Now what happens is basically you initiate one transaction with all the mutual fund details, and you can always pay only one shot, which is either by NEFT, which I told you the mode, any mode of payment, you can make one transaction. Once this money is getting debited from your bank account or you have transferred the money will go to NSE. From NSE, it goes to respective mutual fund companies, and you get respective number of units on the respective NAV. Okay, so this is the fund transaction between your bank account and your folio. Okay, once this money is getting invested, so this money will interim go to the respective securities, which I told before. So if you are investing in equity mutual fund, so depending upon the mutual fund, each scheme will have a certain set of stocks. Okay, so the money which gets into the mutual fund company's bank account, okay, automatically the money will be invested in the respective mutual fund stocks. Will be invested in the respective stocks. Okay, and if in case of debt mutual fund, it will be allocated to the debt securities. In case of gold, it will be invested in the gold ETF. Depending upon the funds you have chosen, their respective allocations will happen. So this is the two parts. One, money debiting from your bank account, getting into mutual fund folio, and once money goes to mutual fund folio, that will be interim invested to the respective securities, which is equity or debt or gold, and will be allocated to you, so that the profit which makes later will be transferred back to you in the form of NAV.
If I keep my amount in FD, I know what is the interest rate that I'm gonna get.
Okay.
How the interest is calculated in mutual funds.
Okay, so there is no concept of interest in mutual funds. We call it as returns in mutual funds. Okay, so in mutual funds, what happens? There's a concept of NAV, net asset value, and units. Okay, so every mutual fund investment done by the investor will be invested into respective mutual fund scheme they have chosen for, and each mutual fund scheme will have an NAV. So how you have a share price in the stocks, for example, if Reliance is available at 2,500 rupees, Infosys is 1,800 rupees. Similarly, each scheme will have an NAV. Okay, this NAV is the share price of the scheme in a simple terminology. So whatever the share price of the scheme, the NAV is available, the money you give it to the folio, you get equal amount of units. In terms of stock market, what happens? You get shares. Similarly, you get number of units. Okay, so your units you allocated to your account is constant. Okay, it will not change, but your NAV will change. If NAV goes up, your fund value goes up. Your NAV comes down, your fund value comes down. Okay, the difference between the invested amount and the current value is your returns. Assume if you're investing 10,000 rupees into a scheme, okay, at NAV of 10 rupees, you're going to get 1,000 units. This 1,000 units will be with you. So this will be in your folio, in your name. Okay, so assume if the NAV becomes 20 rupees, which is 1,000 units multiplied by 20 rupees NAV, that is your fund value. So the difference is 10,000 rupees is the profit. So the return is 100%. I just give an example. So the return is calculated on the basis of net asset value, which is calculated on daily basis. As per SEBI regulation, every mutual fund company scheme has to declare the NAV on the same day by 8 p.m. Okay, and to allocate the NAV, so what date and which is a NAV you have received, there's a cut-off times available for different schemes, which we can discuss in detail in the future videos. Okay, hope I'm able to answer the question.
So if I invest today, would I get today's NAV or tomorrow's NAV?
See, that's why I said. So there is a cut-off times for different schemes. If you are investing in liquid fund, if you're investing in equity fund, if you're investing into a fund of fund, international fund, has different cut-off times. So I can generally tell you the scheme general rule given by SEBI is the NAV allotment will happen before the cut-off time. The money has to reach the respective scheme's account. So how we have bank accounts, every scheme also has a bank account. So for example, ABC equity fund or ABC debt fund. ABC equity fund will have a bank account, ABC debt fund will have a bank account, because this money, which is a pool of people's money, okay, it cannot be in anybody's name. It will be the scheme name only. So once this money reaches to the bank account of the respective scheme, before the cut-off time, he will get the same day. If it is being given after the cut-off time, it will be next day. Hope you will answer the question.
Yes, sir. Okay. I am an NRI. Can I invest in mutual fund in India?
Answer is 100% yes. Okay, but I'll break this to again two parts. Rest of the world, US and Canada. Okay, there are two separate rules for these two. So anybody who is an NRI of US and Canada, United States of America and Canada, they have certain set of rules, and the rest of the whole world has certain set of rules. Okay, for this mutual fund investing process, customer has to be doing a KYC in the NRI format. So how we have resident individual KYC, he has to give his passport details, his residential proof of the foreign address and Indian address, and all other information is to be given. Once this information is given, we have to do KYC. So for US and Canada, there is restriction to invest. Okay, so if customer is in India, okay, if an investor is in India, many mutual fund companies will accept the application. If the customer is in abroad, he wants to do online transaction, National Stock Exchange accept only few mutual fund companies for US and Canada. Okay, rest of the world, any mutual fund they can buy in any format, lump sum, or they can do SIP, and they can do any other format of investing. There's no restriction as such. So as NRIs, they can invest. I can tell you, if you go to the whole world, the interest rates are very low, and the return on the equity is also very low, because they're all developed countries. Most of the countries are developed countries. Compared to the different developed countries, better investment opportunities available in India, they can invest.
I have a bank account, and in a statement of accounts, I know like bank account is in my name and what is my nominee and mode of holding, everything. It is same in mutual fund also.
Similarly, it works in a similar way, but I'll tell you differences also. How you get a statement of account or a checkbook or a passbook, which you get in the bank, here you only get statement of account. We got a statement of account from the respective mutual fund companies, which carries a lot of information. Okay, so in the bank account itself is a primary account, but here we call it as folio. So how you have a bank account, here we have a folio. A bank account number you will have, here you will have folio number. Okay, so each folio number is linked to your respective nominee, bank details. These are two information captured. Okay, so every time when you do investment, the investment has to go through your name only, because the KYC is linked. Okay. Second, your money what you investing is also linked to your bank account. We call it as registered bank account. So when you do a transaction, purchase or redemption, or purchase or a withdrawal, money has to debit from your account and has to go to your folio. From withdrawal of the money, it has to debit from your folio, it has to come back to bank account only to avoid the frauds. Okay. And nominees have definitely been there in every folio. So it is not mandatory to make a nominee, but we at Invest, we have made a very clear process. Without nomination, we don't process applications. Okay, we have experienced a lot of serious problems during COVID deaths. So people who do not have nominee has to go through the process of legal hire. And let me remind you, Dikshita, for Hindu, Muslim and Christian, you have different laws here. Okay, each legal hire law is different for different people. So it is better to nominate people. We recommend it's better to nominate your legal hire in your bank account also, in your mutual fund account also, and this is how it works. Yeah, and also I would like to how you can manage your bank account in a different holders. So you can have a joint holding, you can have either a survey holding, you can also have a single holding. Similarly, it is applicable. Here you can add up to 3 nominees. And also here you can add up to 3 holders: first holder, second holder, and third holder.
Okay, now I decided to start a SIP. Would I have to transfer money every month on the same date?
No. So there is a process called debit mandate. You got it as mandate. Okay. So earlier, what used to happen that you have to give an ECS form along with a systematic investment plan purchase. Okay. Now what happens is systems have been changed completely before COVID and after COVID. After COVID, now NPCI has introduced the e-mandate. So it's been simplified, saying that with either your debit card or by net banking, you can link your bank account to NSE mutual fund account. Okay. With this, what happens? You are instructing the National Stock Exchange to debit your money from your bank account automatically, depending upon the frequency which you've chosen for, and transfer it to the respective mutual fund company. Let me remind you also here, these transactions also been authorized by you. It's not that anybody can come and take the money. So assume you have given a debit mandate of 10,000 rupees. This 10,000 is a limit. Up to 10,000 rupees per transactions, you can able to debit with your authorization. So let me simplify it. Assume you have a debit mandate of 10,000 rupees with National Stock Exchange and you want to do a lump sum purchase of 5,000 rupees. So if you inform us, so we will initiate a debit mandate process. We will call it OTM, one-time mandate. So where we give 5,000 rupees as a purchase and we will send it for an authorization. Once this authorization happens, the money will be transferred to the respective mutual fund company automatically. It will be debited from your bank account and transferred to NSE. From NSE, it will transfer to respective mutual fund schemes. Okay, this is the same process will continue. So we recommend to do a mandate, so that even not only e-mandate, you have physical mandate also available. There is a form available, you can fill and send it to us. We will send it to respective bank and bank will approve that. So for SIP, you need not to transfer money every month, and this is also not possible because most people don't follow discipline. So debit mandate is always the best option.
So like if I want to start SIP with 2,000, can I do the mandate for 1 lakh or 2 lakh? That is not a problem.
So you can do a mandate for even 10 lakhs also. The maximum limit is 10 lakhs as of today, and the e-mandate is concerned. Physical mandate maximum limit is 5 crores, I think. Okay, so mandate is nowhere linked to your investment. Okay, the mandate is a safeguard instrument. You are making it yourself, linking your bank account with the mutual fund company, where you needed to put your efforts to do transaction. So whenever you want to do a transaction, just authorize the transaction. Automatically money will be debited from the account. That's simple way of doing it.
What are the chances if the fund given good return this year will continue to give a same return in next year or a better return next year?
See, first of all, return should not be the parameter to choose a mutual fund. Okay. So most of the investors who do not have any distributor or an advisor to supporting him will do this mistake. They just go to Google and search which is the best fund available. Mostly you get the highest return given funds. If you go to Google and search for a best mutual fund, typically you will get high return mutual funds. So last 2020, if you see all digital India funds are doing well, or you can call it as technology funds are doing well. So that I'm sure technology fund may not suit everybody because high risk fund it is. So I think it is been told to many investors by us, and also it is been mandated to know that past performance is not the indicator of future. Okay, that's why these mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Please read the document carefully before investing. The deadline has been given for that purpose only. It is not that it is not safe. If it is not safe, and SEBI will not come and say mutual funds are here. So you should know what is the purpose of investing. So we have told in the before videos also, the intention of your investment, your horizon of the investment, and what kind of risk you can take will determine the fund. Your return should not be the determination of the fund. Of course, return is also matters because what is the performance of the fund over a period of long-term consistency is necessary. I am sure that is our cup of tea. We will be able to decide a good quality fund for you as long as you grow.
We also have shared our company website and phone number in the description. You can contact for more queries. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do subscribe and also click on the bell icon so that you will get notified for our further videos. Thank you for watching.